Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Stone here, and today I'm back in a Fortnite video, and in today's video I'm going to share with you guys the best binds to use if you guys play with non-paddle and non-claw controllers. So if you guys are looking for some new binds and just want to see what the best binds are to use, this is going to be the video for you. So definitely stay to the end of the video so you guys can see all the binds that I use that are really great for non-paddle, non-claw users. And real quick, before we get into the video, I have a V-Buck giveaway. I give away 2,000 V-Bucks every single Friday. So if you guys would like to participate in the next giveaway and win some free V-Bucks, all you guys have to do is to drop a like on the video. Make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. Hit the notification bell, and as well leave a comment down below of your Xbox gamer tag, PSN gamer tag, or Epic account, and you guys will be automatically entered. If you guys would like to support them in the item shop, all you guys have to do is go down to the bottom right, click on support a creator, type in my creator code, which is Young Humor, and you guys will have me added and supported as a creator. And lastly, I'm super excited to announce my new merch. You guys can find it in the link in the description or the pinned comment if you guys are interested. Definitely get a long sleeve t-shirt or a hoodie if you guys like it. And with that being said, let's get right to the video. Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys the best binds to use for non-paddle and non-claw controller users, because having great binds and optimal binds is a really great way to help you improve as a player, and that's going to make winning games and fighting players much easier. So going into the combat controls, I do recommend having on the generic setting. If you guys don't have this option, then just play on whatever controller platform that you normally play on. So when it comes to the binds and what you should use, really the only difference between like Xbox One and a PS4 controller is going to be the touchpad. So if you find something or like a bind to be comfortable on the touchpad, then you can use that. I have seen people put like pickaxe on their touchpad. I have seen other things like that, but generally speaking, these are the binds that you want to have that I think are really great. So the up on the D-pad is going to be your inventory. Left on the D-pad is going to be your toggle pickaxe. Your run the D-pad isn't bound here. It's bound in the build control. Is going to be how you change your materials and your traps, but for here it's unbound. The emotes just on the bottom of the D-pad. The edit button is going to be your left stick. Your place marker is going to be your Y. Reload / interact is X. Switch mode is B. Crouch / repair is A, and right stick is jump. So I really like having the toggle pickaxe on left of the D-pad. I find it to be pretty comfortable to use. Some people have it on their Y button, but I think Y or left on the D-pad is a great option to use. But having your pickaxe on the D-pad or Y is just personal preference. Everything else is pretty normal. Crouch / repair, you want to have that on the A button, because you want to have jump on right stick and also edit on left stick, because these are the two most important binds that you place, because you constantly jump and you constantly edit, and you need to have full range of motion while you're doing so, because you don't want to have too many important buttons off on your non-analog sticks, because you want to be able to fully move and fully look around while you're doing a lot of actions. And editing is just so important, and so is jumping, that you want to have full range of motion while you're doing so. It just makes sense, because if you have to constantly take your finger off your right analog stick to jump, it's going to be very hard to jump shot players, because you have to take your finger off, then you have to move it back into your analog stick to aim, and it's just really slow, it's really sluggish, and you just don't want it. So I think having the left stick on edit and your right stick as jump is going to be the best binds to use as far as the analog sticks, because you're going to have the most amount of movement possible while also having great aim, because your fingers are constantly going to be on the analog sticks and they don't have to take off for any reason. One thing that's important that you want to do is if when you change your pickaxe, because you have to press the D-pad, or if you have it on Y, you have to take your fingers off the analog sticks to do so, meaning that when you want to pull out your pickaxe, you want to do so while you're jumping, so that way you don't have to stand still while you're changing your pickaxe, because that could be really awkward, and you never want to be standing still in this game. So that's just one important tip that you have to use, is that if you have to take your fingers off the analog sticks for whatever reason, you want to do so while you're jumping, so that way you don't lose any momentum, and it's a lot more fluid, and it's going to work a lot better. So that's one thing to do if you want to change your pickaxe, or if you want to, say, place your marker, whatever the case may be. It's usually better to do so while you're jumping, so you don't stand still. And then just the last thing here, make sure that on your A button you have the crouch / repair. Make sure you have the / repair one, because I have had previously where I just had the crouch one. You want to make sure you have the repair, so you're able to repair your structures when need be. So that's just important, and just make sure that you have the crouch / repair one instead of just the crouch. And then going into my build controls, pretty simple here, only a couple of changes. So the right on the D-pad that was previously unbound on the first control settings, on this one you want to have the change material / trap. And so same thing, that when you're changing your materials, you want to jump so you don't stand still while you're doing so, unless you're in a box and you're not worried about getting shot. So changing material / trap on the right on the D-pad is pretty nice to have. It's pretty simple. Just jump and then you press the right on the D-pad. You're able to switch between your wood, brick, and metal. Metal is being really important as well. If you have a lot of metal, you always want to build with it because it's a lot stronger. It takes more shots to break, and it's just a much better material to use. Everything else is going to be the same except for the X button as well. It's going to be the trap, picker, place, interact. This is how you're able to place your traps, bounce pads, and launch pads, just whatever you have, which unfortunately there really isn't too much as of right now. But if you want to be able to place those things, having it on X is a pretty nice bind to have. So the edit controls, my confirm button is going to be left triggered. A lot of people, I think most people use this. It's the most comfortable. It's very easy to hit because your fingers pretty much always going to be on the left trigger because that's how you aim down your sights. So it's very simple to confirm. Your fingers always going to be there. The reset button is going to be on right bumper. This is just the best for non-paddle and non-claw users. If you play on claw and paddles, you can use your right stick as your reset, or maybe one of your paddles you can use, but I think right bumper reset is going to be the go-to and what you want to use. So left trigger confirm and right bumper reset, those are the edit controls that you want to have. I think they're very fast, they're really quick, so you're editing with your left stick. And then if you want to close a structure, very simple to do. So all you have to do is just simply, when you go to reset, all you do is you hit your right bumper and then left trigger, and it resets instantly. So very nice to have, and it's really simple to use. So those are going to be all the binds that I have for non-paddle and non-claw users. I think these are the very best to use. I couldn't really, there is a couple of changes. If you wanted to put your pickaxe on the Y button instead of the D-pad, you could do that. But other than that, pretty much everything else is self-explanatory. You just really want to have your left stick as edit and right stick as jump. Everything else can be interchanged just based on preferences, but those two are things that you just can't not have. You just have to have your edit on left stick. It's most comfortable. Pretty much everybody in the game uses it. People who play on claw sometimes use like their Y button, but pretty much almost everyone in the game, even the pro players, use left stick to edit. And having right stick as jump is really important when you're doing retakes. You're going to be a lot more fluid, and you're not going to have to take your fingers off the analog sticks every single time you jump, which is going to improve your accuracy as well. So with that being said, I really appreciate you guys watching the video. If you guys could, drop a like, hit that subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel, hit that notification bell because I do live stream on this channel quite often. So make sure you guys hit that notification bell so you guys don't miss out when I upload new videos and when I live stream here on this channel. But with that being said, I really appreciate you guys watching the video, and alright guys, I'll see you next video.